sing along, people.
Welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. Linkar's gonna teach you all a lesson you won't learn. Roski, you're not the smartest. Liefeld, you're not an artist. Anyone who's had a bad comic published, it could be your turn. Linkara. Here's a man, push. Where's the birdie hat, Linkara? He has a magic gun. Where he purchased that, Linkara? Coins, robots, Amazon and trucks, Linkara. This comic sucks, Linkara.
Don't you feel special?
I was waiting for all the pictures to come out.
They're never going to stop.
See anymore.
No! I mean, my eyes are the host is now blind.
Alright, one more in the back.
I got my pictures of the update.
My arm is getting tired. Alright, I think that's enough. Anyway, it's 1 o'clock now, so I think we should get this shindig running. Hello and welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. You may have noticed that I am reading from a script. If you haven't, then you are probably blind and have already started to hate the grating quality of my voice. For the rest of you, this is the Atop the Fourth Wall live show, where we take a video game comic and make fun of it, because we as human beings love to inflict pain on things that we despise. Isn't it fun being cruel to other people's hard work? Well, semi-hard work. Sort of. Put it together over the weekend. Anyway, I called out for people to give me ideas for what I should review for the live show. There were a lot of good ideas. The Nintendo comics published by Valiant, some from more modern games that I don't play, the Malibu Comics Street Fighter series. Actually, the Street Fighter series would have probably been the one that I was going to review here, since it's heavily requested. But the problem I keep running into is that no one owns a copy of any of them. Mind you, I don't own a copy of what we're reviewing today, but then again, I'm extremely lazy. As such, let's talk about Atari Force. Now, according to my very lazy research on Wikipedia, Atari Force was apparently produced by DC Comics as a way of illustrating storylines for arcade shooter games and then subsequently packaged along with games like Defenders, Star Raiders, or Galaxian. They apparently have a cult fan base and many are considered underrated. Anyone here a fan of Atari Force?
Yeah.
Ah, good. Then I only need to worry about death threats from people who have actually watched my show before. So let's start with our cover and... oh dear. This is the Atari Force, huh? Well, Dignity had a good run. You gotta enjoy the tracksuits designed by Adidas with a nice, big, bright Atari logo slapped on their chests. And of course, the height of fashion that we get to see is that they're all wearing Wonder Woman's boots. It's especially nifty that this cover tells us nothing other than the fact that a multiracial group of smiling people led by a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy will be running the triathlon today and are sponsored by Atari. I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that they're all wearing the tight jumpsuits with the boots and the Atari logos and all. But you know, compared to other superhero costumes, they're really not that bad. I mean, there are certainly worse things they could be wearing. Oh dear.
Jacket.
Hey everybody, I got a great idea for a new costume for superheroes to wear.
That's to the heretic.
No, you don't.
We open to the not too distant future of 2005.
there.
What we're seeing here is the North Cal headquarters of the Atari Technology and Research Institute. Yes, these brave researchers and scientists toil endlessly to try to discover whole new ways for the Jaguar CD to not work. The Institute is located in what used to be known as California before the breakup. Look, all I said was that I should pay for the meal. I think she's taking this way too seriously. The situation, a world in crisis. Early reviews of E.T. for the Atari 2600 just came out. Someone in a purple hovercraft is flying towards the Atari Institute.
That's purple.
That looks brown.
See, it only looks like that because of the projector. Here it's purple. It's supposed to be purple. It's purple on my screen. I don't know what you people are talking about. Sure, and this little buggy's radar shield has done its job well. It's within shouting distance of yon fine building that I am, but not a peep have I heard from their security screens. I'll be taking them unawares, I think. And after all, wasn't that the plan?
Can we do that in English, please?
Wow, this thug has got excellent diction. Actually, said thug is a woman who is attempting to infiltrate the Institute at night using Cyclops' visor. Clearly, with concussive blasts, she'll have no trouble breaking in. The year 2005 has such futuristic technology. I can't wait. A patrol radios back into the security office. All clear at the perimeter. It's a nice night. Too bad you folks down in the pit can't join us. Let's leave the slang back at the dorms, Delta Checkpoint. Stop calling it the Jag! We don't call it the pit. Proper terminology is Security Base Station Sub-Level 7. Wow, the slang is flying all over the place! I don't think I can keep up with these weird terms, people! Back at the patrol, the infiltrating woman suddenly leaps in from, green. Lesson 1 in guerrilla warfare tactics. Grab the initiative and keep it. Because if you let it slip, blah, 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 blah. No, of course, instead of them having the ample opportunity of shooting her repeatedly, she kicks one guy in the face and, I don't know, slaps the other one? Glass jaw, try paper jaw. To make a long story short, she breaks into the Institute with a tuning fork that looks like a pencil with a rectal thermometer on the end of it. A wise warrior puts his faith in only one weapon, and that's the human mind.
Not the human mouth?
And a tuning fork shaped like a rectal thermometer, but mostly the human mind.
Wait, what?
What?
While the woman seeks out something called Project Multiverse, we cut to Earth orbit, where we see Atari building its latest and largest console yet, the Atari 52 million. And as the mysterious black-garbed figure with the lilting Gaelic accent makes her way further into the Atari headquarters compound... Wait. She was supposed to be Irish? Crap, now I gotta start over. We open to the not-too-distant future of 2005! No, we're actually now in orbit near the Atari Solar Satellite Station 1. Also, satellite is spelled wrong. Yes, Atari, game company, research institute, and now a subsidiary of NASA. We also meet one of the members of Atari Force that this comic is supposed to be about. Commander Martin Champion, chief troubleshooter for the Atari Institute. Really? You achieve the rank of commander and your job is chief troublemaker? Troubleshooter? Oh, that joke failed. Another astronaut is having trouble with the weightless construction work. Rebuilding the Golden Gate was a whole lot simpler than this. So it's after the apocalypse and the Golden Gate Bridge was at the top of our priorities list. The jetpack of a worker suddenly misfires, causing him to bump a solar panel out of orbit and sending it hurtling towards another module on the satellite. However, our brave Commander Iron Pecs flies down and hits the panel away from the module. He did it! Champion and deflected the panel at the last possible instant. He damaged several $1 million worth of equipment and set us back at least 3 years, but hooray! After the doctor looks over Commander Flint's hardbody, they get a call from Lydia Perez, who recalls the commander to Earth. Like some great silver bird, the shuttlecraft Armstrong leaves its perch and drops earthward in majestic silence, bearing but 2 passengers in a bay designed for 12. Bye, everybody! Enjoy the cold vacuum of space! I never liked any of you!
Sounds about right.
Commander Hunk Beefy tells the doctor, who's coming with him for some reason, about how he met Lydia years ago during a disaster on the moon.
Who's Lydia?
The woman. Said disaster was a meteor sent by someone that decimated most of the lunar base. One of the domes survived the destruction, but since they were rapidly running out of air, the commander was sent to lead a mission to help them. It was there he met Lydia. Huh? Perez? You're a woman! A woman in NASA? What has the world come to in 2005? By the way, no one briefed him on who else was going to be on the mission? Still, Lydia gets off a good snarky response and they get to work. Commander Stone Goodlooks doesn't exactly make his first impression any better when he uses up all their fuel in order to get them there faster, though in his defense he explains that if they go at normal speeds they won't reach the colonists in time. Still, the commander apologizes for his douchey behavior and they make friends. Aw, they're gonna have a romance that will probably be unnecessary in the grand scheme of things.
Oh, there's what he's looking for.
The two get radio reports from the base where things are getting worse for the survivors, who have started turning on each other. A man went screaming mad from claustrophobia. Okay, what genius decided to put a claustrophobic man in space?
I think it was the Army. Frank Miller.
Joe! Whoever that guy.
Mission Control radios the two and says they've lost contact with the base, meaning it's likely that they're all dead and they should scrub the mission. However, Commander Rip McBeefy isn't about to let those people die, and they're going to try to land anyway. Don't be a fool, risking your lives when there's so little hope. I'm ordering you to squawk. Did Mission Control just get attacked by zombies?
No, it's the Ultimate Warrior!
No, that's a skronk.
It's a picture of 2005. Maybe it's changed.
The evolution of skronk. The two successfully crash land and save the colonists. However, the commander relays some more exposition to us via thought bubbles. Wait a second, I thought he was narrating all this to the doctor. Is he telepathic? NASA managed to prove which one of our enemies tried to wipe out that moon base, and that led to a worldwide shootout. Yeah, we never learned who this supposed enemy was that was responsible for the war that caused the apocalypse, but I'm gonna take a wild stab in the dark and say it was communists. Or possibly Nintendo. Anyway, the two lost track of each other during the war, and he hasn't seen her in 7 years.
7 days.
After the shuttle lands, they're met at the airport by Lydia. Multiverse is crash priority, perhaps the most important project ever developed by the Atari Institute. It could mean the solution to all the economic problems the world has faced since the war.
A children's video game.
I get it. They're gonna cross into a parallel universe where the Atari Lynx sold better than the Game Boy. So what is Project Multiverse? No idea. The creators felt that padding the comic would work better. It's not my place to explain, Doctor. That's up to the director. He's been in command of Project Multiverse from the beginning. I was only brought in on the design end 6 months ago. But I can tell you this. Since the war, we've searched for a solution to the world food shortage. Food shortage? I thought the thing was supposed to solve the economic problems. By the by, for a post-apocalyptic world facing a hunger crisis, everything looks pretty damn clean and neat. There are runners, functioning cars, and a railway system. This is the cleanest Armageddon I've ever seen.
Really.
Now it's time for the doctor, Lucas Orion, to think about his own backstory. He was a medic, part of the United Nations peacekeeping force that was sent into an African country during a bloody civil war in the nation. He rescued a little girl from some attacking soldiers and got her away from the fighting. He brings the girl to the peacekeeping force HQ and oh my god, what is with those shorts? Is that a regular thing in the United Nations peacekeeping forces? Don't worry, citizens, my hot pants will save you. Blimey, sir, it's one of our lads, a Yank medic.
A Yank medic.
And he's brought out a prisoner. Not a prisoner, a patient. Seriously, are these soldiers blind? She's a little girl and he's carrying her. As time goes on and the wars continue, the doctor realizes he can't go on with this. But I volunteered for the UN Medical Corps. It was a way to serve humanity. Instead, rightly or wrongly, I feel as if I'm aiding humanity's enemies. I heal men so they can die. No more. No more! Yes, you're such a moral person, Doc, deciding to not practice medicine just because your conscience is nagging you about a war. In retrospect, saving that little girl was utterly pointless. After all, she'll probably die of something someday. Look, I'm not trying to start an ethical or philosophical argument, but I'm just saying his logic is pretty faulty and disturbing for a doctor. However, after quitting, a telegram arrives that reads so. United Nations Special Communique. Dear Dr. Orion, because of expanded responsibilities due to the breakup of traditional political nation states, Atari Institute is assuming control of NASA and the National Academy of Science. So, wait, after the apocalypse, individual businesses and research foundations assume all political control instead of governments?
Look just like now.
Man, this explains so damn much about the Umbrella Corporation. Point is, he becomes the director of medical research for the Atari Institute. Did I do the right thing resigning from the UN Medical Corps? No! My research in space medicine for Atari has been useful.
Space medicine?
Yes, space medicine. It's like regular medicine, but space! Commander Chunk Biceps asked Lydia to drop the mystery and just tell them what Project Multiverse is. A hint, champion. It has to do with alternate reality. My God! In this universe, it was Atari that developed the Virtual Boy!
Lots upon them! And the Power Gloves.
There she is, Lucas. Atari Institute! So, why the giant spotlights? It's gotta be really annoying for all the people working in those offices. Hey, great, I get an office with a window and oh my God, I'm blind! When their car enters the Atari Institute, Irish Cyclops woman from the beginning of the comic manages to slip inside. And so our comic ends with her proudly thinking that she has infiltrated the tightest security system in North Cal. Wait, what the hell was she infiltrating at the beginning if that wasn't the Atari Institute? So, how does this story end? See Atari's Berserk game cartridge for the startling conclusion of Atari Force, The Origin. Crap, does anyone have a copy of Berserk on them? How about the console it's on? Oh crap, now we'll never know! Anyway, this comic is not all that bad. It's got a lot of good setup, but nothing really happens. It's all backstory. And dear God, is it padded to hell. The thing is a 48-page comic. Of those 48 pages, 13 are either splash pages or full-page spreads. Most of the other pages only have 2 panels on them each. All in all, though, it's certainly better than some other Atari products out there. And I have no ending line, so just thank you, everybody! A lot earlier than I thought it was going to. We're at 1:18 right now, and if it's okay with the con people, I think we can just spend the rest of the time doing Q&A.
Yeah!
Any con representatives here who can tell us?
Yes. Go with it.
So, Q&A. Yes, sir. You in the back.
You said that you were going to review exports from what later. Which exports were you doing?
Liefeld. I was going to keep it a surprise, but apparently not.
Nice going.
Yes, sir.
Did you bring your Power Ranger costume?
I did not. I can't transport that on the plane because of the foam shield and whatnot.
Aw.
But Crows has his punch thing. The transformer. I failed.
Yes, sir.
What do you use to make your videos?
I usually use Adobe Premiere Elements 7, and the comic scans I either find online if I can, or I just scan them in individually. Also, for this one, Atari Force is actually available online in full. If you go, just do a search for it. It's like Atari HQ or something. They have like old info about every single Atari thing ever made, including Atari comics. Critical Marine.
Your special effects. How do you do your special effects?
It's a mixture of a couple of things. I have 3ds Max 8 for some, like, occasionally a phaser effect or a torpedo. Like during the first Mecha fight, I'm assuming you all remember that.
Yeah!
Actually, come to think of it, we have enough time. Okay, I need one of the tech guys here. I need sound with this thing.
Okay, who does eat?
I have an episode with me.
Cannot get more awesome.
Can I ask a really random question to the room? I dropped an Arwen pendant somewhere, if anybody happens to see it.
Anyone see an Arwen pendant anywhere?
I'm sorry, I hate to
Keep
do
an eye on
this,
it.
but if anybody runs across it, like it's...
I haven't seen it.
Bring immortal.
Okay, we're going to still do Q&A, and I have a request. Who is out there in the back in the hallway?
That's me.
Yeah, any chance you could like run to the tech room and grab someone to do the sound stuff?
I'm actually radioing him over.
Yeah.
You are awesome and you're great. The good doctor.
How far are you on Revolution of the Mask number 3?
Suzu has completed, I think, I hope I pronounced that right. Either Suzu or Sozo has finished about 5 pages or so in the comic as well, and I've got BEC, I suddenly can't remember his name, already finished the cover. So yes, progress is being made. Hooray! It will get released! Yes, sir.
Yes. I know you're not really like a wrestling fan and everything else, but are you gonna? I know you say you're gonna do this comic, but you are gonna do WWE Heroes, right?
I'm on the fence about it.
Oh, come on.
Here's the reason why. It's written by Keith Champagne, and I know Keith Champagne, and I like him. So yes, I really should, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I still got plenty of. I'm still gonna do. I will tell you, I'm gonna do the Ultimate Warriors workout. He's not nearly as insane in there, so I don't know if it'll be as entertaining. He does fight Sergeant Slaughter in it, though. Yes, sir.
How do you come up with the storylines to your videos?
I come up with a weird concept, and then I just make it up as I go. Well, sort of. Here's the thing. The Mecha story, I wanted to have a robot, like Robot Linkara, at the end of the review. So I just had that at the end of Superman vs. Terminator, and I had no idea what I was going to do with it. I had no idea for the backstory, and it was just like that. I just developed as I went along. I knew I wanted him to sabotage the show. I just didn't have a reason for it. I just developed that later. I think it was by August that I finally had the story for Mecha pinned down. And Lord Vice, I have figured out all his deal, and you will hear that in 2 weeks. So it won't be the final battle, and yes, I already have the next storyline after that already planned out too. Nostalgia Critic.
Have you been reading Batman Incorporated?
Yes, I have. I've been really enjoying it.
Awesome.
Here's the thing. I actually don't think this is a bad concept. It's smart. Organization and just having Batmans in every country. It's freaking awesome. And it's not badly written. This is not taken in some goofy direction. And Dick Grayson is still acting as Batman. And he's doing a pretty good job of it. Why did it actually get darker when the projector went off?
Yeah, they don't like Dick Grayson.
You, sir.
Okay. Do you know
You know what Todd in the Shadows looks like?
I saw him today.
Yes!
I know. What does he look like?
Dark Shadow.
But yes, he is walking around here. No one can recognize him because you don't know what he looks like.
He's playing the piano.
He was playing Post.
You, sir, with the orange thing.
What is the worst comic that you have read but you haven't reviewed and why?
I can't say. I'm saving it. Okay, I will give you one hint though. It's an Image comic.
That narrows it down.
Here's the thing about Bimbos in Time. Bimbos in Time is so amateurish, it's hard for me to call it the worst comic ever. It really feels like the kind of thing that someone just went to a Xerox machine and printed out. We got the tech guy here who's getting the sound cords we need. And as we do get to have the advanced screening of the episode that was going to be released on Christmas, but is now being released on Monday because it has story stuff.
Advanced screening.
And I need to find the sound jack.
Yes, you do.
While you're at it.
Okay, apparently we have sound. So, let's give this a test run. And since you're all here, I might as well just tell you. Power Rangers Zeo #1. So we still got 10 minutes. So here's a little bit of trivia for you. Also, applause for Iron Liz for playing Neutro. And playing the incredible parts of Iron Liz and Judas Liz. So, main fight music by Ron Lasserman. Yes, I commissioned Ron Lasserman to actually do the main fight stuff. And here's the reason why it wasn't released on Christmas then. The man is busy as all hell. I mean, he works on video games, on sitcoms, a movie here and there. He did not have time to work on it until January 5th. And I did not want to release it until I actually had the music. So,
Good call.
so that's why it's coming out on Monday and not when it was supposed to. Also, to my shame, I made a couple of dialogue flubs here and there. For example, Rocky was supposed to be talking at one point and I did the girl's voice.
Is there a difference?
Oh, that's just mean. Cardenas is nice.
Drop.
Okay, it's not the same thing as Rocky. Anyway, also, the green screen for Neutro, which by the way was made by the prop lady because she is awesome, did not at first come out right. It actually it was too close to the green, so it would always bleed in. So thanks to the wonderful efforts of Phalis, he did some color correction to it, and that fixed it. And even in Adobe Premiere Elements, it still didn't work. So on Tuesday night of this week, I contacted Lanapator, who does green screen all the time. And he was able to fix it because Adobe Premiere Elements is evil, even though it's effective, but it's not the best green screen technology, I'll say. So, you all hated it, huh? Thank you all. So let's end this with the last 7 minutes we have with some more questions. You sir in the back.
Yeah, I was just kind of curious what you used to put the Vice and ship together.
I commissioned Marobot, the guy who does the title cards for the Nostalgia Critic. He does CG work now, and believe it or not, he's a newbie. I know, I was really shocked by that too. He did the background for Angry Joe's ship too.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Mr. Ketchum in the back.
Yes, I know you hear this probably everything you do. When is the next History of Power Rangers coming?
You broke the streak. I was going for like how many weeks now since anyone's asked me that?
You asshole!
Well, since you know about this fight, I will tell you that it's going to be a while because of the fact that I had to do this. I have to do the next Vice fight. It's going to be a lot of stuff I need to work on, so I just don't have time to watch it as much. But hey, when MAGFest ends, I will have a little bit more free time because then I'm not working on 3 or 4 reviews at once.
Yeah.
I will wait for you.
You know.
Are we ever going to learn more about Judas Liz?
Yes, eventually.
I know a breakout character.
Yeah, let's have you, sir.
Okay, what do you think of the heroic age line?
I haven't really read that much of it. I just like the fact that Siege was supposed to be this big, huge event, and it was like 4 issues, and even though things happened in it, nothing really happened in it. That's Bendis for you. Brian Michael Bendis has really good, like Jeff Johns, has really good build-up, but the actual conclusion just kind of meanders. Yes, sir.
Do you have any thoughts or anything for the future for Dark Horse?
Nothing directly planned I can think of, but I will probably get to Dark Horse eventually. You with the camera in the back.
I have another question. Did you say dude in the 90s kid voice?
Oh my god, it's the best battle ever! Gentleman back there. Yep.
Who built that robot hand that was glitching at the end?
No one really built it. That is actually an old toy from the 90s. I know, they're hard to find these days, but actually the reviewer TJ Omega was kind enough to donate a second one to me, and he put like wires in the back of it and stuff. Cool. They're really hard to find with that toy. Find one that still has the little robotic bit that's supposed to go up the arm. That, like everyone's, has broken off.
Not mine.
Not yours. Well, shut up!
Hey, at least Marines know how to keep their good stuff good.
Oh, fuck you, Marines.
Oh, that's not nice.
Army.
You sir with the glasses.
Me?
Yep.
Yeah, here's a, I was thinking of me 2 questions, so I'm just gonna do a random one, like, about Lightbringer, because, like, when I tried to read, like, the beginning of it, I noticed, like, some of your writing and stuff, you know, that's...
Early Lightbringer sucks.
Yeah.
Oh my
That
god.
was what I was gonna ask. Wait.
I was young.
Yes.
That's what I will say. I was young, opinionated, and stupid. And really, I do kind of want to go back and fix it, but as soon as I suggested it, people were like, "No! Don't go back! It's the webcomic black hole!"
What?
Well, here's the thing. Lots of people who create webcomics and then want to go back and fix their early stuff, they tend to just get mired in fixing the old stuff and never get around to actually, finishing their fixing. You serve it in the back too.
I have a couple issues with the old Street Fighter comic image. Would you be interested in them?
Yes. The Malibu Street Fighter comics? Yes, I want them. It's a heavily requested comic. You madam, with the sign. And the wonderfully sexy clothes. I don't know.
A question and a comment that kind of go together. What's your favorite Silent Hill game?
Probably Silent Hill 2 or Silent Hill 4. Not like Silent Hill 2 is the only one I've actually played. And I've got a little man right here who's probably wants me to end this.
Yeah, the area right outside of panel is 1 is that little bit. You want to go there and
Okay, we're going to switch the question and answer area to right outside of panel 1, that little dipped area.
There's some chairs and just a little dip with a lot of stuff like that. You should go through that and do that.
So, otherwise, thank you again for coming out and supporting live panels.